Welcome back to another fabulous episode of the Flagrant Foul Fridays podcast with the quadruple F. I didn't even notice I did that. But I'm your host, Nick. With me, as usual, is Christian.
Fantastic.
So today we are doing a word scramble game for our special segment. And then we got a little bit of ball in order, not a whole lot. Some news on the draft. The draft just happened last week. And some more playoff news for the NBA, and we have a little bit of playoff update for the NHL as well.
Yeah. Pretty standard episode, but with the draft and the playoffs of the NBA, it's kind of a lot of important stuff to cover, if you will. So yeah, the word scramble game, we each picked 5 sports players of any sport. Um, although I think we limited it to like sports that we would probably we know that the other person knows the player of. So there's not going to be a lot of Olympics or obscure soccer players, unfortunately, for the fans out there. But we scrambled their names. So basically, we took all the letters of their first name and last name, changed them around, created a new name, and then the other person gets 30 seconds to guess who it is. If you get it, 1 point, I guess. If you don't, no points. Pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we will do is just go back and forth. So do you want me to start first?
Sure.
All right, I will get your timer ready. As soon as I'm done saying the name, your time will start. Your name, or your player, is Kalino Kajki.
Kajki. Nikola Jokic.
You got it.
I was looking at the last name. I was like, names with that start with a J or K, and I was like, wait, it's all
That
there.
is crazy fast. Wow.
You're you're first person. Elin Ed La Urzik.
uh, Ella de la Cruz.
Yeah, I didn't even have to
I
start a
almost did
timer.
that one. I almost did that one, but because of all the breaks, it was so obvious.
Hmm.
Now, had I not looked that up earlier, maybe I would have taken like 5 seconds to get it. All right. Your second one, we got the very famous Kimi Rutat.
The last name's throwing me off. I'm thinking Mike. Mike. Holy cap. Mike. What? I'm mind blanking. I got the mic right?
I don't know, did you? 3 seconds. And that's time. It's a baseball player.
It's a baseball player. Mike Trout. Oh,
Yep.
shoot.
I figured that one would be a little easier because Mike was so easy to get, but I
Yeah,
could see the
I
last name
completely
being tricky.
blanked because of the. I couldn't think of
Nah,
a
I get it.
last name with a U in it.
I get it.
Your player is Mir Gia
Jeremiah
Mitz.
Smith. You barely changed the first name. Marajaya is so similar.
Yeah, I probably should have made it to where it didn't sound like Jeremiah.
All right. I didn't even have to see the last name. All right, your next player, arguably my favorite creation, but if not, it's probably at least top 2. Lamek Sedgerb.
Lamek Sedger, so Malik, I think is the first name. Jeez, I suck at this. Oh, Malik Bridges.
Nope, that's not a person.
What? Is that a person?
You're really close. You're mixing up 2 players.
Oh,
Time.
Macau Bridges. Macau Bridges. I don't know why I said Mackay. I meant Macau.
I didn't even consider Mackay. That's a crazy find on your part. You know, I'm gonna give you half a point.
I feel like that was a buzzer beater, though.
Yeah, I started the timer a little late though.
Oh.
I'll give you half a point because that find of Mackay was crazy. I never would have thought of that.
All right. Your player is Tis June.
Justin Jefferson.
Jeez, you didn't even let me type it all the way out.
I'm really good at this game apparently, or you're really bad at hiding it. I don't know. One or the other, maybe both. All right, your next player, Wasna Kepma.
Sean Kemp.
Yep. Dang, I thought that one would be tricky because he's not a player you would think of usually.
Well, you didn't really rearrange the last name.
Yeah, I know.
That's what really gave it away.
Fair enough.
All right, this one's going to be a little bit harder.
Jonathan Kaminga.
Oh my god!
Sorry, you can say the name.
It was Nathan John Migkung.
I'm really good at this, weirdly. I think your issue was you didn't mix up the vowels as much. Like you kept Jon together. You could have done like Jan or Jah or something.
Yeah.
Okay, your final player. It's kind of a long name. Sturkanoy
Holy crap!
Dolaron.
I'm gonna try to break down the last name.
It's probably smart.
I almost said Nolan Arenado because of the last name, but
You got 9 seconds.
I'm blanking.
Yeah, this one's tough. All right, that's time. It is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, now I see it.
You probably could have got the last name. It was that
It's
was
just the way the last words were all, or the last name
yeah,
was all jumbled.
yeah.
It
Well,
threw me off.
yeah.
All right, your last player is Redef Meanfrey.
Deadlift shrimp.
What?
Wait, okay. Uh oh, I'm so confused. Freeman? Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy pull. If we ever do this again, maybe we should add points if they don't get it right. Either way, though, I got all of yours. I'm apparently really good at this game. We should definitely do this one again sometime.
Mhm.
Maybe with a specific theme. Doesn't even have to be player names. All right, so final score. Winner is me with 5 points, and Nick is in second place, aka last place, with 2.5 points. All right, now we're going to move on to the ball and order segment. Falcons defensive end James Pierce Jr. will have all of his charges dismissed if he completes a program offered to him by the state of Florida. While details are still being sorted out, he would have to attend therapy sessions and stay out of trouble for 6 months. He will not face jail time and made no admission of guilt. His attorney, Yale Sanford, says the victim, Rakia Jackson, and the police officers in the case spoke to the state attorney's office and agreed to the deal as well. If you don't remember, he's 22 years old and he was arrested near Miami on February 7th after an incident involving his former girlfriend, WNBA player Rakia Jackson. He faces 3 felony charges, including aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, fleeing and eluding police, and resisting an officer with violence, in addition to a misdemeanor stalking charge. Pierce Jr. is still subject to an NFL investigation that could result in a suspension to start the 2026 season. I do know in the past they take things like domestic abuse pretty serious, so while I'm somewhat surprised that the cops allowed him to do this, uh, the fact that he reached an agreement on this is kind of crazy. But I could see the NFL still doing punishments.
Mhm. I could see them doing it too.
But I do know a lot of times court systems will do like plea deals and stuff because it's a lot of work to go through the entire court process. So maybe to some extent this isn't as surprising as it would first seem. Either way, it seems like he got off kind of lucky, I would say. Hopefully he learns from it.
And this one isn't really ball in order, but I threw it in ball in order because it seemed more ball in order like. So I don't know if it's really hit the news hard, but Brendan Sorsby bet on Indiana games in 2022 while he was on their roster, and all this just came out recently. And there's a rule that says student athletes who wager on their own games or on other games at their own schools face permanent loss of collegiate eligibility in all sports. Now, he was a red shirt this year, but I believe he would still be under that category of permanent loss of college eligibility.
He's still a red shirt?
No, he redshirted that year that he
Oh,
placed the bets
gotcha.
on Indiana.
Gotcha. Is he still on the team?
No, he played for Cincinnati and he just transferred to Texas Tech.
Gotcha. I did hear that it might have been this actually that people are thinking Indiana has a slight chance of getting their championship vacated, but I kind of don't expect them to do that because this was in 2022. But I don't know. They're kind of cracking down on rules lately.
Yeah, it's crazy because he was projected to be like one of the top quarterbacks this year and going into the draft as well for next year. So that would be a heartbreaker for him if he lost all of his college eligibility.
Yeah. In our last bit of ball and order news, Detroit Lions wide receiver Jamison Williams reportedly filed a landmark lawsuit against the NCAA, the Big Ten, and the SEC on Monday, according to the California Post. Williams, who played college football at Alabama and Ohio State, is suing the three entities in Los Angeles County Court over allegations they used his name, image, and likeness without proper compensation. Kind of vague, but I'm curious to see what this ends up resulting in.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll pay him the money that he wants or
It
if
could
they're
be as simple as he just didn't get the money he felt like he deserved, rather than what they said he would pay him or anything. They
right.
very well could be in the legal clear. Hard to say.
Yeah, I guess only time will tell what the court says. And moving on to college football news, Alabama and Coach Kalen DeBoer have agreed to a new 7-year deal that will pay him $12.5 million annually. So,
Probably a good idea to keep him, but 7 years seems like quite a lot of time.
yeah, especially since he's had his ups and downs. So,
They
I
must put a lot of
guess,
faith in him. I mean, seven
yeah,
years is a lot of time to build a team.
I guess they see something big in him. And I mean, if they win a championship, it'll be worth it. But if they have these average years that they've been having the past couple of years where they don't make the playoffs or they lose in the playoffs right off the bat.
Yeah. The college football playoff spring meetings have ended, and as expected, no decision was made on future formats. MAC Commissioner John Steinbrecher said it was a good, robust conversation, but there is no consensus on 16 or 24 teams. They are expected to talk about it again at their June meeting in Denver.
And then we have a new logo update, but it's not a school or a team. It's the Pac 12.
Yeah, I mean, this is yet again another case of logos being modernized and simplified. In this case, I actually kind of like it because the black background does it, it makes it pop. But I
Hmm.
have a feeling when it's actually on like jerseys and stuff or whatever, it might actually just look worse.
Yeah, I like that they don't have that outline around it. It's just the white letters. Whereas on the old logo, they had the white outline, then they had the blue on the inside. The only thing I don't like is that they took away that mountain. It's kind of like just a triangle now.
Yeah, the mountain looks better. For some reason, the P and the A have a slightly different font, but the C
Hmm.
looks almost the same. I don't like the new A. I don't know. It's odd.
I actually felt different. I actually like the new
I
A.
mean, I like the new A, but it just doesn't fit the theme of
Hmm.
like a conference. That's more of like an A that you would put on some sort of
Like a band logo.
not even a band. Well, yeah, it could be, but like some sort of professional team that is some sort of aggressive animal or something like a tiger or whatever, you know.
Hmm.
But to me, it really reminds me of the Star Trek logo, if you've ever seen that.
Yeah,
Maybe they're going to space next year.
overall not horrible, but they have areas of improvement.
And Michigan is set to hire Burge Najarian as the football program's new assistant general manager and strategist. He is going to help Kyle Whittingham's program with contracts, negotiations, and strategy for the new college sports landscape. He is a longtime New England Patriots director of football and head coach administration under Belichick. He most recently spent 2 years at Boston College as Bill O'Brien's chief of staff. We'll see if he can turn their program around.
Yeah, judging by his resume, Michigan will probably be back in top 10 in a couple seasons.
Possibly.
And if Bryce Underwood turns out to be a good quarterback, then they definitely will be top 10. Moving on to our NFL segment, and we're getting right off on to the draft. So we wanted to talk about some history, I guess, involving the draft. It's not
I mean,
really history, perhaps, but it's history made, I guess.
yeah, if you were gonna talk about history during this year's draft, one college stands out, that being
Yeah.
Ohio State. I mean, this isn't even us as Ohio State fans wanting to point this out. This is what the news was everywhere.
Hmm.
So first of all, Ohio State became the only program to ever have two linebackers drafted in the top 10. That was Sonny Styles with the 7th pick for Washington and Arvell Reese with the 5th pick for New York Giants. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and Ohio State is also the first school ever with first round wide receivers in the in 5 straight drafts. With that being Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave in the same draft. And then Jackson Smith and Jigba after them, Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Ibuka, of course, last year, and then Carnell Tate this year.
And Jeremiah Smith probably next year.
Yeah,
You're going to keep that record going.
and potentially Chris Henry Jr. the year after that. Well, no, because he'll still be a sophomore.
But regardless, there is some more history. Ohio State became the first school to have four top 11 picks in the same draft since Michigan State in 1967.
Ohio State is also the first school with 3 players selected in the top 10 of the same draft multiple times. The last time they did that was in 2016. Joey Bosa was the third overall pick. Ezekiel Elliott was the fourth overall pick, and Eli Apple was the 10th overall pick.
I kind of can't believe Eli Apple went 10th overall in hindsight.
I mean, I remember him going pretty high, and then he ended up not turning out. So,
It happens sometimes.
hmm
But yeah, that's impressive nonetheless. And I saw Ohio State was potentially on pace to break the record for most players on a team drafted in an entire draft, right? But I don't think they ended up breaking that.
yeah, they didn't break that,
I
but
think
they
their
were
record
on
is
pace.
16, right?
16 or 18, I don't remember which one.
Also, all 11 starters for the defense in the college football playoff title game win over Notre Dame uh, became draft picks this year.
And last year.
Oh,
But
and last year.
yeah,
So
the
they
last
always,
ones were this year. Yeah.
I see. And none of them went lower than the fifth round. That also doesn't count Arvell Reese, who was rotating in as a backup. He also got drafted, so that's really impressive.
hmm in case you didn't know, we were talking about Ohio State. We're staying on that trend. Ohio State becomes the first ever school with 3 defenders picked in the top 11 of the same draft. That being Arvell Reese, of course, Sony Styles, and Caleb Downs.
The NFL is kind of becoming the land of Ohio State. There's going to be a lot of people I recognize now going into the NFL. And for the first time ever, Ohio State had 7 first or second round picks in back-to-back NFL drafts. The Buckeyes also hit that mark in 2016 and have now matched it in 2025 and 2026. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there's more. Ohio State is also the only program this decade to have 2 tight ends drafted in the same class. That being Will Kazmarek. He was in round 3, pick 87 to the Dolphins, and Max Clare in the second round with the 61st pick to the Rams.
Which I know these are late picks, but I was kind of surprised both of these guys got drafted because I don't remember either of them particularly being like crazy good. I know Max Clare was like the best tight end in the Big Ten when he was in Purdue, was it?
Purdue. Yep, Purdue.
But Will Kazmarek was a little bit of a surprise. I don't remember him being particularly anything crazy.
Yeah, and they went within 26 picks of each other, so they weren't even that far off.
Maybe he just had a really good draft or interview. I don't know. Or not draft,
Combine.
combine. All right. This is the last one for Ohio State, I promise. Ohio State has had 25 players selected across the last 2 NFL drafts. This is the most in program history for any 2-year span, and it's tied with Georgia for the most by any school ever.
So if this draft tells you anything, Ohio State better have recruited pretty good.
Yeah, true. This really puts into perspective how many people we lost.
And then on the other side of things, no players from the SEC were selected in the top 5 of the NFL draft. The last time there were no SEC players taken in the top 5 of the draft was in 2018. So this year, was Indiana, Texas Tech, Notre Dame, and Ohio State, Ohio State. And then in 2018, it was Oklahoma with Baker Mayfield. Penn State was Saquon Barkley. USC, Sam Darnold. Ohio State was Denzel Ward. And NCU was Bradley Chubb. Or sorry, NC State, not NCU.
Someone's gonna be mad in the comments.
Yeah.
All right, so here is the first round picks for the 2026 NFL Draft, in case you did not hear. With the first pick, no, I'm not gonna do that for every
With the
single pick.
first pick of the NFL draft.
So number one was, no surprise, Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from Indiana. Number two was David Bailey, an edge from Texas Tech. He went to the Jets. Was that a bit of a surprise, you think? Or is it just the Jets really needed an edge?
The Jets got rid of Quinnen Williams, which was an edge. He went to the Cowboys, so
Fair enough.
not a big surprise. I think
I'm
he was
sure the Jets
predicted.
could have used any position.
Yeah, probably. Besides running back, because they had Brees Hall.
Yeah. Number three, running back from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love, went to the Cardinals. Probably a really big pickup for them, I would have to say. Number four to the Titans was Carnell Tate from Ohio State. He's a wide receiver. Uh, a lot of people were kind of iffy about if this was a good pick for them, but even if they don't need him necessarily right now, you can't deny he's probably a good, safe pick in the long run.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying that Jordan Tyson and Makai Lemon were better
Mm.
options.
Well, I saw that people thought they shouldn't have even drafted a wide receiver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They only have that one receiver that I know of. I don't know. Maybe.
And number five to the New York Giants, Arvell Reese, edge from Ohio State. Number six to Kansas City Chiefs, Manzor Delane, cornerback, LSU. Seventh pick to the Commanders, Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. Eight was the Saints, and that was Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State, I think.
Yep.
Then we got number nine to the Browns, Spencer Fano, offensive tackle from Utah. New York Giants with the 10th pick. So yeah, they had the 5th pick and the 10th pick. They got Francis Magoya, offensive tackle from Miami. Number 11, Caleb Downs, safety from Ohio State, went to the Cowboys. Big pickup for them, I'd say. Then we got Caden Proctor from Alabama, offensive tackle, went to Miami with the 12th pick. Is he related to Josh Proctor?
I have no idea. I'll look
Josh
it up real quick.
Proctor's who I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
And then number 13 to the LA Rams, Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama. This was the most debated pick of the entire draft, I would say. A lot of people are saying that while it's true they probably need a young quarterback fairly soon with Matthew Stafford getting old, a lot of people pointed out that there was potentially better quarterbacks in this draft, but even then they thought, why not just wait till later to get a different guy? I don't know much about Ty Simpson, so I can't really speak on it. But I would have to agree it does seem a little odd to get a quarterback right now, but they must see something in him that they like.
They are not cousins
Okay, cool.
or brothers or anything.
What do you think about this pick?
Personally, I think it's a decent pick. They're getting him behind a veteran quarterback who just won the MVP,
True.
who's potentially going to be out the door in 1 to 2 years for retirement. So it's good to get him in there, get some reps with the veteran who just came off an MVP season, like I said, for that mentorship. And then in a couple of years, he'll probably be starting since Matthew Stafford will be retired.
Then the 14th pick went to the Ravens. That was Olaviviga Ione from Penn State. He's a guard. 15, Tampa Bay was Ruben Bain Jr., edge from Miami. 16 was the Jets with Kenyon Sadiq, tight end from Oregon. Then 17 was the Lions, Blake Miller, offensive tackle from Clemson. 18 was the Vikings, Caleb Banks, defensive tackle from Florida. Atlantic?
No, Florida.
Just Florida?
Hmm.
I thought it would be FLOR.
No, Florida's FLA for sure.
What's Florida Atlantic? FAU?
Yeah, FAU.
Oh, gotcha. At 19 to the Panthers was Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle from Georgia. 20 of the Eagles was Mackay, the Snake Lemon, wide receiver from USC.
What? Is that his nickname?
I don't know, I'm calling him that now. All his interviews, he's shaking his head like a cobra, like in a trance. Have you seen him?
Yeah, I saw the video from Draft Night.
So I saw him do it in other interviews too. It's just a thing he does. But to be fair, it's kind of a good nickname.
Mackay the Snake Lemon,
Yeah.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
And at 21 on the Steelers, we got Max Ihinakor, offensive tackle from Arizona State. 22 was the Chargers. They got Akeem Mesidor, edge from Miami. Cowboys got 23. That was Malachi Lawrence, edge from University of Central Florida. 24 was the Browns. They got Casey Conception, wide receiver from Tamu.
Texas A&M.
Oh, from Texas A&M. Then we got Bears at 25. They got Dylan Shineman, safety from Oregon. What are your thoughts
Scheideman.
on
Did you
Dylan
say?
Dylan Shineman? What are your thoughts on this pick? I saw my friend who's a Bears fan a little confused by this, even though they do need defense. They thought maybe there were some better options.
Well, I think didn't they let Kevin Byard walk?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he went to the tight.
But he was more confused later when they drafted a tight end.
Oh, because they got Colston Loveland.
My theory is they're going to trade Colston Loveland so they can get someone crazy good.
Unless they're using him as like a blocking tight end,
Yeah,
the younger
that's more
guy.
likely, but I like my theory better. At 26, we got the Texans. They got Kalen Rutledge, guard from Georgia Tech. 27 was the Dolphins. They got Chris Johnson, quarterback from South Dakota State.
Not to be confused with Chris Johnson, CJ2K.
And 28 was the Patriots. Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle from Utah. 29 was the Chiefs. Peter Woods, defensive tackle from Clemson. 30 was the Jets. Omar Cooper, wide receiver from Indiana. Sodrick Folk went 31 to the Titans. He's an edge from Auburn. And lastly, with the 32nd pick, Seahawks picked Jadarian Price, running back Notre Dame. Now, before we talk about Jadarian Price, let's talk about the Chiefs. The Chiefs got a 6 overall pick cornerback and a 29th overall defensive tackle. With Patrick Mahomes coming back eventually, do you think this is a Super Bowl contending team with these defensive additions?
I mean, Mansour Delane was really good last year. He had, I believe, some one-handed interceptions. He played really tight coverage. Um, I don't know much about Peter Woods, but I definitely think they're going to make the playoffs next year as long as Mahomes stays healthy.
Yeah, I feel like defense is the one thing they've always needed the last couple years,
hmm
and they still make it to the Super Bowl. So,
What I'm really surprised at with this first round of the draft is there was only two running backs, and both of them were from Notre Dame.
yeah, that is kind of crazy. But people probably just don't need running backs this year. I don't know.
hmm
I will say though, let's get to it. Jadarian Price. What's our thoughts on this pick for the Seahawks? You want to go first?
I watched his highlights, and he's like a really elusive but also really powerful running back. I've seen some kick returns and stuff from him. He's a really speedy guy when he gets into the free space. Um, Almost reminds me of Chris Carson, kinda.
Yeah. I would say when I was watching his highlights, he reminded me of Quinshon Judkins. He has that top end speed, but he's really good at like moves to, get out of tackle range and stuff. I saw that he had multiple touchdowns from like greater than 60 yards, and I don't think he ever started while on Notre Dame. Not to say he's bad, but when you're behind Jeremiah Love, it's no wonder.
hmm
He easily could have been a starter on pretty much any D1 team.
I think he had close to 1,000 rushing yards last year, so he
Yeah.
didn't do horrible.
So I really do believe, even though teams didn't really care about going for running backs at the start, I feel like we got a steal. I'll be honest. We needed a running back, and we needed some filling roles for like the safeties and corners we lost,
hmm
and we got all that. So this just felt like a steal. Like, I'm so happy with the 32nd pick. It's always scary what you might take, with what's left. But
Hmm.
I'm really excited to see him play.
Yeah, I saw he'll probably start next year with Zach Charbonnet still being out from injury.
Well, Nick kind of talked about this, but Notre Dame actually became the first college with the first two running backs selected in any NFL draft since SMU in 1949. That was Doak Walker and Paul Page. This year, it's obviously Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price.
And then on top of the Jadarian Price and Jeremiah Love picks, it's the third time since the 1990 draft running back teammates were selected in the same first round, with the fourth overall pick being Derek McFadden in 2008, with his teammate with the 22nd pick, Felix Jones to the Cowboys. Derek McFadden went to the Raiders. And then in 2005, the second overall pick was Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Dunn is a singer from the Dolphins, and then fifth overall was the Buccaneers was Cadillac Williams.
Big Caddy. I don't know if they call him that. It's a cool name, though. And speaking of Jeremiah Love, he has the largest running back contract in the NFL now, with $51 million as a rookie. He has zero NFL carries. For perspective, second place is Travis Etienne with 897 carries at 48 million. Josh Jacobs at 1,840 NFL carries is also tied with $48 million. So that is kind of crazy. Do you think he's overhyped with that much money, or do you think it's worth it?
I don't think he's worth being the largest paid running back, but I think he deserves some money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't know if as a rookie it makes sense, but I anticipate he'll be good. You never know. Things can happen, injuries can happen. We'll just have to see.
And on top of that, no running back contract in NFL history has guaranteed nearly that much money.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to break my promise. I didn't know this was here. Ohio State became the college football school with the most first round picks all time in NFL history, with 99 first round picks total, which doesn't seem like that much considering how long the NFL draft has been a thing.
Mm-hmm. 87 SEC players were drafted this year, and it's the most by a conference in NFL draft history.
And the Cardinals general manager Monty Ossenfort told reporters the reason their third overall pick took so long wasn't because they were fielding trade offers, but rather because they had the wrong phone number for their intended pick, Jeremiah Love. They eventually got it sorted. I did see a clip, I think, of the guy that they called by accident. I don't remember who it was.
That'd be crazy if you just got a phone call from an NFL team. They're
I
like,
I I
"Is
mean
this
maybe
Jeremiah Love?"
maybe the clip was from a different year or fake, but I want to say it was someone waiting to be drafted. So it's almost like they mistook the players.
It
But
could have been.
I don't really remember much. It was
They, they called Jeremiah Smith instead of Jeremiah Love. The last little bit of draft news. So Pittsburgh broke the all-time first-round attendance um, record with 320,000 fans, and then they topped the 275,000 plus who attended the Detroit draft in 2024. And Pittsburgh also set a new 3-day draft attendance record with 805,000 people. So big turnout for the draft this year, following the trends of big turnouts everywhere.
Yeah, did something change this year? Like, was it cheaper? Were they offering more things?
The draft is always free to attend, so I don't know what it
The
is.
draft is? I thought the combine was.
Oh, the draft is free to attend.
Okay, because I was talking to my friend about that, and he was insistent that the draft wasn't, but the combine was. Or at least, like, the seats in the draft that get to watch it. I don't know. Anyways, we got a little bit more news, not draft related. George Pickens has signed his franchise tag. Diego Pavia was the first Heisman finalist to go undrafted since 2014. However, I think yesterday he accepted an invitation to next weekend's minicamp with the Baltimore Ravens. And he is signing a 3-year deal with them. But tryouts start this weekend. So I'm not sure, does that still count as him being undrafted?
Yeah, because he didn't get selected by a team during the actual draft.
Gotcha.
And then on some other signing news, Jaden Reed and the Packers have agreed to a 3-year contract extension worth 500, not 500, $50.25 million, including $20 million guaranteed.
Titans president of football operations Chad Brinker announced he is stepping down.
And the last bit of news for the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens will play the Dallas Cowboys in the 2026 NFL Rio game. The matchup will take place on September 27th, which is a Sunday, at American Stadium.
That would be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, time for some NBA playoff updates. Let's start with the Western Conference. Now, I know some of you might be shocked by this, but I have to update you that the Suns have been eliminated 4-0. The Thunder defeated them. Do we even need to talk about that?
Nope, it was a clean sweep. The
I know
only
some
ones to
people
sweep.
were a little worried the Thunder would drop off considering that around the middle part of the season they started to rack up a couple losses here or there. But I'll be honest, they're looking good.
The Lakers are currently leading 3-1 to the Rockets, which they play tonight. So we'll see if the Lakers take the series or if they continue to extend the series.
Now, if they win now, do they have to play the Thunder sooner?
I believe there's a set time frame for the games.
Okay, I was gonna say because if not, they might want to purposely lose so they can get their
Yeah.
injured players back.
Well, I believe Austin Reeves returns tonight during
Ooh.
their game.
Is there any chance of him coming back at all during these playoffs?
I saw that he's probably out against the Thunder too, so I don't know.
Ooh.
If they don't beat the Thunder, then no. But
Well, goodbye Lakers.
yeah, goodbye Lakers. I saw the Thunder predicted it like a 47.7% chance to make it to the finals or something, or win the
Jeez,
finals.
I would believe it. And the Nugget are playing the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves lead 3-2. They also play tomorrow. The Nuggets are the 3 seed, Timberwolves are the 6 seed, so maybe a bit of an upset, but I don't know.
We'll talk about it later, but they just lost 2 players. They were up 3-1, so we'll see.
That's true, the Timberwolves did lose players. Nuggets will probably win, which might actually help the Spurs. Because I
Hmm.
don't know if the Nuggets are the better team between them and the Timberwolves right now. Like, Jokic is good, don't get me wrong, but the team as a whole is just struggling. But speaking of the Spurs, spoiler alert, I kind of said it. They actually beat the Trailblazers 4-1. I believe the Trailblazers took game 1, right?
No, they took game 3. I think it was whenever Wemby was.
Oh, really? I thought
It
it was
was.
closer than that. Like, I thought some people were kind of worried, but I don't know. Maybe it was just because Wemby was hurt that they were
It
worried.
might have been the second game. It was.
Might have been.
I think they lost when Wemby was playing, and then they won.
Oh, yeah, I think it was the second game.
They won when Wemby was playing, and then lost when Wemby wasn't playing.
Yeah, weird. The game Wemby got hurt, they won, but not the game he was out. All right, and now we're going to the East. The Orlando Magic hold a 3-1 lead against the Pistons, Detroit Pistons. That's a bit of a upset.
Yeah, we'll find out later tonight if the Pistons can pull off another win or if the Magic take the series.
I never really believed that the Pistons were actually the best team in the East, but I didn't expect them to be this bad. But then again, the Magic, ever since playing the what was it, play-in tournament, have looked pretty good.
Hmm.
Next, we got the Cavs and the Raptors. The series is tied 2-2. I think they play tonight too.
Yep.
But by the time this episode comes out, that will be in the past.
And then the 3 seed Knicks are up on the 6 seed Hawks. The series is 3-2 right now, and their game 6 game will be tomorrow.
The Hawks were giving them a scare, but those came in, I think, 2 buzzer beater wins, right?
Yeah, CJ McCollum.
I thought the Knicks would be better. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I was watching a Chris Move video, and because he's like the goat of NBA replays, or like I guess the full game replay. Um, he said, the Knicks, they were struggling because Jalen Brunson wasn't putting up the numbers that he usually does, and he's their number one scorer. And
I also heard Mikal Bridges is really struggling.
and then last night, uh, Jalen Brunson put up 39 points, so they were able to blow out the Hawks.
I still believe in them though. They have way too much talent on that team to be bad.
hmm But the Hawks have a pretty decent team too.
Yeah, even without Trae Young.
hmm
And the Celtics are leading the 76ers 3-2. The 76ers, especially Tyrese Maxey, have really been making it hard on the Celtics.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's so many close series this year.
I mean, I kind of saw that coming, but I don't know. With how like much teams score nowadays, it's kind of comes down to who shoots the better threes at times. It's really anyone's game, I feel like, sometimes. All right, so some more NBA awards came out. The Spurs' Keldon Johnson won NBA Sixth Man of the Year. He averaged 13.2 points, 5.4 rebounds, and also he is one of only two players in NBA history to ever win Sixth Man of the Year while playing all 82 games without a single start. The other one was 1994's Del Curry, which I never knew that Del Curry won Sixth Man of the Year.
In other news for Keldon Johnson, I wanted to point this out that he's really put himself in a position where the Spurs can get those wins that they need by being the first option when the Spurs were rebuilding to switching his jersey number for Chris Paul so he would come onto the team because he wore number 3 and he switched to number 0. And then he also had to embrace the role of a bench player. And then obviously this year he won Sixth Man of the Year. So it's great to see that maybe he didn't get to start out or be in the starting lineup like he used to be, but he's still able to make that impact off the bench.
Yeah, really, really good story to see. I will say, Stefan Castle has been balling. When I first heard about him and when he won, I think he won Rookie of the Year, right? I was like, who is this guy? And I watched his highlights and I was like, okay, this guy is athletic, but I don't think he shoots threes at all. I was like, it's really rare for like a guard to not shoot threes. But he's actually shooting threes a little bit more, and he's still that athletic paint beast that we know and love. So it's really great to see him balling.
And then in other news, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander won Clutch Player of the Year.
Nikhil Alexander Walker won Most Improved Player.
Cooper Flag won Rookie of the Year.
Derek White won the Sportsmanship Award,
DeAndre Jordan won the Teammate of the Year award.
and Brad Stevens won Executive of the Year. Also, I wanted to point out something about Shea. Some people were questioning why he should have won Clutch Player of the Year. Well, here's maybe a reason. He led the league with 175 points in clutch times and helped the Thunder to a 20-7 record in clutch games this season. He received 96 first round votes, and Jamal Murray, who got second place, had 0 first round votes and 33 second round votes. So,
You mean place?
oh, he
You
placed
said
second.
first round. It's first place.
First. So the difference was Shea had 484 total points, while Jamal had 117 total points.
I did see Shea average like 6.5 points in the clutch.
Well, it's true that he doesn't play the fourth sometimes. When he does, he's clearly pretty good. So probably the right pick, I'd say. And I don't even really like Shea.
In other news, I saw this post by Stat Moose. The most 25, 5, and 5 playoff games in NBA history. LeBron is in first after turning 30 years old with 80. LeBron is in second place with 75 before turning 30 years old. And in third place is Michael Jordan with 73. So really puts into perspective how long LeBron has been in the league and his longevity and his impact to his team.
I also saw apparently LeBron has never missed a playoff game. I did
Yeah,
not know
that's
that.
crazy.
In fact, Wimby has missed more playoff games than him now, which is insane.
So, if you did not watch Game Four against Denver and Minnesota, Nikola Jokic went after, I don't remember who it was, but he made a layup with like a couple with less than 2 seconds left in the game, and Nikola Jokic went up and got in his face and was shoving him. Julius Randle was shoving back, so Nikola Jokic got a $50,000 fine for that, and Julius Randle got a $35,000 fine.
And Marcus Smart joins Magic Johnson as the only players in Lakers playoff history with back-to-back games with 5+ steals. Marcus Smart did this in game 2 and 3 in the first round this year, and Magic Johnson did it in games 3 and 4 in the 1980 Western semifinals.
And SGA went off for a 42-point playoff career high against the Suns. And OKC went up 3-0. And so it was the
After
third
that
game.
game, yeah. He's locked in, even if some of
Yep.
those points are free throws. The other teams have to deal with it either way. So here's a fun stat. In playoff games with 35 points and 10 assists, LeBron James holds the record with 120. Second place is Jerry West with 10. And Michael Jordan's third with 8. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. I actually was talking to a guy today at work, and we were talking about. I saw a post about how LeBron was talking about the debate between him and Jordan, how he doesn't compare himself because Jordan looks for the score, looks to score, or for, I guess, the bucket, whatever. And LeBron is looking for a pass. So then I went and looked up the players with the best turnover assist ratio, and LeBron's in the top four. Of course, John Stockton, Chris Paul, Steve Nash are one, two, and three. And then
That's
Michael
elite
Jordan,
company. When you think of passers, you
yeah.
know,
And Michael Jordan wasn't even in the top 25.
people say LeBron doesn't pass, which is absurd.
And then we got a little bit of news for you on the Spurs. So, doubling up on some news. They're the first team in NBA history to trail by 15 plus points at halftime and then win by 15 plus points. And that was also the next game was their first playoff series win since 2017.
Yeah, really good to see.
Yeah, I saw their fans were going crazy in the streets.
Next, we got some unfortunate news, to be honest. I mean, really. The NBA has disclosed to its 30 general managers a new anti-tanking draft reform termed the 3-2-1 lottery that includes expanding the lottery to 16 teams, flattened odds, and a relegation zone where the bottom 3 teams would be penalized with fewer lottery balls for the number 1 pick, starting with the 2027 draft. I know that they were talking about multiple different options. Um, I don't know if this is like one of multiple or this is the one they actually ended up deciding after that. But I think when we talked about it, this was actually the worst option they could have picked because I think it hurts teams that are actually bad and it rewards teams like the Lakers who might go out in the first round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Out of all the options, I think they actually did pick the worst one if they end up doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think it's going to backfire on them.
So the all-time NBA triple-double leaders uh, has an update. So the all-time NBA triple-double leaders got a new update to the list, and the Nuggets versus Timberwolves game five. No game five.
Playoffs
Nikola
count.
Jokic got his 221st triple-double. What?
Playoffs count?
Yeah, playoffs count because it's all time.
Yeah, I knew he was coming up on it, but this kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah, so now he's tied for first.
It's
And
kind of
Russell
crazy.
Westbrook. Russell Westbrook will be retiring soon, so he's definitely going to get it.
It's crazy how fast that happened.
Hmm.
Because for a long time, Russell Westbrook was like far and above the best triple double guy of all time. It was like we've never seen someone like this, and like not long after, Jokic just beats it, probably. I mean, he probably will beat it.
Yeah, I bet he'll pass him because, like I said, Russell Westbrook's on his way out the league because he's about ready to retire.
And the Milwaukee Bucks and Taylor Jenkins are finalizing a deal to make Jenkins the franchise new head coach. He was the Bucks assistant coach in 2018 and 2019. He went 250 and 214 and made 3 postseasons across 6 seasons in Memphis. Maybe not the greatest pick of all time, but it doesn't hurt to give a new guy a chance. Sometimes they shine. Probably can't get much worse than what they had. Doc.
What the heck? All I could imagine was Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc?
Yeah, anyways.
Moving on to the injuries, Jalen Williams for the Oklahoma City Thunder has sustained a grade 1 hamstring injury. It was a hamstring strain in his left hamstring. It will be reevaluated on a weekly basis.
And Dante DiVincenzo has been diagnosed with a torn right Achilles tendon. His season is over with a lengthy recovery ahead. And this made people remember something. Every player who's torn their Achilles in the last 2 postseasons has worn number 0. Dante DiVincenzo joins Jason Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, and Damian Lillard. And all of those did it all in the same year except Dante. So some people are calling this the 0 curse.
Yeah,
Tyrese
so
Max, you better change your number.
yeah, Tyrese
I don't even
Maxey.
know if you can.
He's probably out of the playoffs here soon, anyways. I bet the Celtics beat
Can
the
you change your number
76ers.
mid-season?
I think Joel Embiid did, didn't he? When Kobe passed away, and then he changed
Well,
it
that
back
might
the
have been a
following
special
season.
circumstance. But maybe
I
this
don't
is a
know.
special circumstance too.
Yeah, prevent injury at all costs. Oh, also Keldon Johnson. Keldon Johnson's number 0. He just won 6 Man of the Year. He better watch out.
And Anthony Edwards has sustained a bone bruise and hyperextension in his left knee and is expected to miss multiple weeks. Results showed he avoided any ligament damage, but he will miss time. So they've now lost Dante and Anthony Edwards, probably their 2 best scorers. So, ooh, that's not looking good.
You know. And Franz Wagner has been diagnosed with a right calf strain, but there's been no update on how long he will be out.
And lastly, we have a very sad update. Moses Moody is expected to be out until 2028 after his knee injury. He had a pretty good year this year with 12.1 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, while shooting 40% from 3. And we thought it was going to be only a year, but he's going to miss 2 years now. Not good.
Yeah, and that picture
Well,
was
2028
gruesome.
is a year. Is it?
That
Because he misses 2027, but he'll be back sometime in 2028. So probably like a year and a
yeah,
half at most.
yeah. That knee injury was gruesome to look at.
Yeah.
So moving on to our miscellaneous segment. Starting off with the Stanley Cup
I got this.
playoffs. All right.
So yeah, Stanley Cup playoffs, you know the deal. We got the Colorado Avalanche defeating, I
The
can't
LA
even read
Kings.
that. The LA
LA
Kings
Kings.
4-0. No, I got this. I know hockey. Next, we got the Minnesota Mountains winning against the
Minnesota
Dallas
Wild.
Minnesota Wild winning against the Dallas Stars 3-2. That's in the Western Conference, of course. And we got the Vancouver Knights tied with the Utah Mammoths 2-2. And lastly, for the West, we got Anaheim Ducks up 3-2 against Edmond Oilers. So yeah, no ball. Next, we got the
Puck.
yeah. Next in the Eastern Conference, we got the uh New
Buffalo
York.
Sabres.
We got the Buffalo Bison. We got the
Buffalo Sabres.
Buffalo Bison Sabres. My bad. But Buffalo Sabres beating Boston Brewers 3-2. And we also got a tie between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Montreal Canucks.
Canadians.
2-2. Two Canadians, 2-2. And next, the last bit of the Eastern Conference is the Portland Hurricanes. South
Carolina
Carolina
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes defeating the Ottawa Titans.
Senators.
Senators 4-0. And last we got the Philadelphia Jazz defeating the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-2.
The Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, I thought if I had confidence I might get it right. Philadelphia Flyers are up 3-2 against the Pittsburgh Penguins, Nick's favorite team. So they made a comeback a bit.
Yeah, they were down 3-0. Now they're 3-2, and they have a game tonight at 7:30.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. The Avalanche are looking great this year. Probably. I don't know, they won 4-0. So
We
did the
didn't say
Hurricanes.
anything about the Hurricane. Oh, there you go.
Is
They
is
just-
hockey conferences as skewed as the NBA?
their Eastern Conference is actually Eastern teams, and their Western Conference is actually Western teams.
I meant more like does the West win every year? Most of the
Oh,
time.
no, not really. I don't think so because Florida Panthers won like 2 years in a row, and that's the Eastern Conference.
So you think the Eastern is stronger?
I don't know. I haven't really paid that much
Man,
attention
this
to
is your
hockey
topic.
over the past like 5 years. I haven't really paid much attention besides the Florida Panthers winning, and I
All
know
right,
the
fair enough.
Penguins won in 2016.
Penguins up. All right, next.
So Ellie De La Cruz moved into second place for most career home runs by a switch hitter in Reds franchise history. So in first place is Pete Rose with 152 home runs. Third place is Dimitri Young with 67 home runs, and Ellie De La Cruz is in second with 68 home runs.
I didn't know Pete Rose was a switch hitter.
Yes.
And in other Reds history, Chase Burns became the fastest Reds starter by innings pitched to 100 career strikeouts. And a little update on last week. Tottenham Hotspurs have won their first Premier League match in 118 days. However, West Ham won that day too, so they are still 2 points down from West Ham and still in relegation zone. Also, West Ham has the better goal differential, so they'd have to pretty much win by 1 point. Basically, they need to win, and then they need West Ham to lose the rest of their games. I believe there's like 2 to 3 games left for each of them, so it's doable. I saw West Ham has to play the number 1 seeded team eventually. And Tottenham has a little bit easier of a schedule, I feel like, but anything could happen. I really hope they don't get relegated.
And the Reds are the only MLB team in the modern era to face a 5+ run deficit, then take a multiple run lead, then fall behind again, then rally for a walk-off win. And they did this all in the last 5 innings of a game last week.
Yeah. And now our biggest bit of news. You guys have all been waiting. Dodgeball Championship College. Michigan State defeated Grand Valley State 4-1, and Ohio State defeated Kent State 4-1. Then Michigan went on to beat Ohio State 4-2 in the national championship, making Michigan State your 2026 Dodgeball national champions. Sad day for Ohio State dodgeball fans out there. But another win for the Big Ten.
We're here for you, said dodgeball fans.
We have been talking about how much the Big Ten has been winning lately. So
Just keep adding to it. And our last bit of news for you guys is the NCAA has initiated the final steps to expand the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments to 76 teams. The expansion is on track to be formalized in the upcoming weeks, with mid May as the target. The expanded tournaments would begin in the upcoming 26-27 season. Now, I don't know if they're going to be starting early to counteract those extra games or if they're going to just extend the season out on the end,
yeah,
which would be beneficial for men's teams because they'd be getting ready for the NBA season, playing more games. But there's also a chance of injuries that go up, and that's not good for with the draft right around the corner.
And that will do it for this episode. I want to say one little announcement. By the time this episode comes out, Nick will be married the next day.
The next day, I thought you were gonna say Nick will be married, and I was gonna be like, no, not yet.
So I expect congratulations in the comments.
Can we get our congratulations in the chat?
Yeah. Can we get 5 big booms in the chat?
Can we get a $500 donation?
Yeah, that'd be nice too. I'll take half. Anyways, uh, yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys, as always, for listening. We will see you again next week with one of us being married. You guess who?
Yeah, guess who? And we'll tell you next week.
Even though we already said. And with that, the 2026 season is over. Goodbye, fellow Patriots, and keep your stick on the ice.
I thought you were gonna say goodbye, fellow Patriots, and hello, Seahawks fans.
All right, give me a little jingle,
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
and then it ends.